Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Monday, June 26, 2023. Before we click through all the charts, just want to encourage you to please click like, subscribe, share the content with friends and colleagues, and check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this: daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader to the 3 to 5 month near term investor, always looking for 20% moves on the underlying stock. So check out wickedstocks.com. Now, let's jump to the charts. About 2 months ago, we settled above that 170.01 long-term channel top. That is a slight descending flag at the top of an all-time high. And once you settle above it, it indicates longer-term bullish continuation on to new highs, which actually has occurred over the last couple of weeks. And we closed once again above that 182.94 previous all-time high from January of 22 last week. We did so as well the previous week. We closed higher on the week. So the move is continuing. The ultimate expectation, as I've been saying now for 2 months, is the 221.31 long-term rising channel top. And so, having closed above 182.94 certainly supports that. And on the way up this week, let me talk about the week, the sort of the day and the week itself. This is actually a pretty solid image right now of what I expect. Now, I don't know if we'll see 183.02 today, but the red line is a new channel bottom based in part on last Friday's high, and so this is a pretty classic setup. This is a pretty solid buy level if given the opportunity. I don't expect to see it today unless, for instance, we break below Friday's low of 185.01. Because it is the move high so far, it has a pivot point quality, the low itself. So breaking 185.01 should actually yield 183.02 today, where we can place a daily low. Possibly, you can see how close it is to that 182.94 previous all-time high, possibly into later week. I came close to calling this a 2-star support level, and so you may consider that as well. 183.02, a decent swing trade perhaps into later week. We could come off of it back to the channel top that is presently 187.68. And you'll notice that 187.68 have as a mere intraday resistance level. Because of the overall bullish dynamic, I don't consider it as strong to the upside. 187.68 is the same formation at 183.02 is to the downside. So solid bottom picking here for the day itself and even into later week at 183.02. And only if we were to close today below 183.02 would I then anticipate this 179.95 3-week channel bottom, which you can see here as a weekly containment level. And that is also supported by 179.40, which is more of a 3-4 month channel bottom. So there's still a lot of decent support in the upper 170s. I don't expect to see 179.40 to 179.95 unless we close below 183.02. And while I'm showing you this chart, I don't expect to see that long-term support level at 170.01 anytime soon unless we close below 179.40. So it is a bit stair-step on the way down. There's nothing up in the present vicinity that says, yeah, you can sell it here, and over the next few weeks, the next month, we're going to fall back into the low 170s. The only clear signal I see for a retest of long-term support at 170.01 is if we were to close today, for instance, below 179.40, and that's obviously not going to happen. What could perhaps happen is a settlement below 183.02, and that I'm not expecting, but if it did occur, 179.40 to 179.95 likely within a day or two, where we could bottom out for the week itself, possibly through next week and on to new highs following, within a week or so of testing 179.40. Finally, closing below 179.40, then yes, I think that 170.01 channel top would be likely within a week or two of doing so, and that is once again here. So that's about a 1 to 2 week move to the downside, but I don't see any indication of that. There's an updraft right now with the long-term buy signal that continues to play out, and it should continue to affect the market over the weeks and months ahead. So 183.02 you can see to the far right, that is our session containment level. We have a downward pivot point today at 185.01, which is Friday's low. If we break it, 183.02 expected. Upside, 187.68 is once again the top of this channel formation. And if we push through 187.68, we have a range of resistance that actually begins at 190.37, and that level is nothing more than a 2-week channel top right now. So 190.37, if we push through 187.68, we could actually reach 190.37 today, and that is the beginning of a narrowing zone up to 192.54. This area, if given the opportunity, if you're long the market and if you're more of a 2 to 3 week swing trader, let's say you went long when we closed above the 182.94 previous all-time high for the first time about 2 weeks ago, maybe you went long then, so this would be decent profit taking. If you're more of a 2 to 3 week swing trader, the 190.37 to 192.54 area is a good area to sell, especially if you're long. You could take some profits. Now, if you're long term, then you're holding some anyway. And if we close above 192.54 in the coming week or two, we should see continued price acceleration to the upside. And under that scenario, as I've been mentioning, this steeply rising channel top at 206.05 could be at the next 3 to 5 week objective if we were to close soon above 192.54. But, I could see the month of July, which we're going to be approaching here, at the end of this week, we could top out here, fall back into what at that point in time would be a channel base in the lower 180s. 182.94 will be there as well at former all-time high. So we could trade inside this band for some time to come. What I mean by some time to come is well into July trade. And once again, closing above 192.54 is ultimately anticipated given the long-term buy signal I outlined at the beginning of the video, and that should then result in meaningful continued gains as we move into later July and into August trade, so forth and so on. Downside, once again, if we close below 183.02, and I'm not anticipating it, but if so, then this band of support in the 179 handle is a 1 to 2 day target where you can buy the market, I think, for the week itself and even through next week. So this is 179.40 to 179.95 is your 2 to 3 week position trade back to the upside. 183.02, as I mentioned earlier, not only a good day trade level, but this could be a good 3 to 5 day swing trade because once testing it, we can push, into the low 190s within a week or two of doing so. 192.54 in particular. In fact, this shows it right here. 183.02 could be considered a 2-star support, and once tested, we can rally, close above the 187.68 formation, and on into the low 190s within a week or two of testing 183.02. I think I've outlined it pretty well. You've got some pretty solid numbers here I've provided for the day's Apple trade, and also these levels are going to be obviously good as we continue to watch them into July activity. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow with Tuesday's Apple report.